Alright, I got you.
One down.
Okay, let's go over this one real quick because I do see it a lot. Are you tired of fanning entire arsenals of people without hitting a thing? Feel like every time somebody fans at you, you immediately go down? Well, you're in luck. I've got just the thing for you today. We're going to do a quick video that discusses how fanning works and how you can make it work for you. And as always, if you find this helpful or you like this video, maybe like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know if there's something else you want to see. I love comments. Alright, so basically the only thing you need to understand is that when you aim at something with your fanning, any part of your crosshair that is not over your target is a potential miss. So let's take a look at this zombie right here. Basically, all the parts of my crosshair that are not covering the zombie are potential places that the bullet can go that will not hit the target. So in essence, this red circle counts as all the places my bullet can potentially go, and the yellow represents all the places that my bullet would go that would be a miss. So while from here I can certainly hit this zombie, I'd have just as much or more chance to miss it as I do hit it. So if I just cut loose and start firing, especially as my gun starts recoiling upwards, I am more likely to miss that zombie than hit him. The faster you start firing, the more things are moving, the farther away. These are all going to negatively impact your ability to fan something. Now if you take a look over here, my entire crosshair is virtually covered by this zombie, so I have virtually no chance of missing. At least not on the first shot. After I take the first shot and my gun recoils, then more of the crosshair might be off of the zombie, which would increase my chance of missing it on a follow-up shot. So the further away you target, the more you have to slow down and control your rate of fire to maintain accuracy. So basically at this range you'd be better off ADS. Alright, let's ask my lovely assistant, this meathead, to help us demonstrate this a little bit more and show how recoil starts to negatively affect our accuracy and our chances to hit. So if I get right up on top of this thing, so that my crosshair is completely covered by the meathead, you'll see that even if I fire at the maximum rate, I can't miss, because there's no void space that's a potential miss. And even though my gun recoils up, it's just recoiling up into another guaranteed hit. If, however, you don't control your rate of fire and let your gun recoil up, if you're too far away from the target, you will start getting misses, as more and more of your crosshair is no longer on the target to the point of eventually none of your crosshair is on it and you cannot hit it. So with this in mind, one tip that I want to impart on you is don't just mash the trigger whenever you get into a fanning situation. It will work occasionally, but overall you're much better off using it in controlled fire and controlled bursts. You'll find that even with a charging bomb lance, if you maintain some control over your fanning, you can defend yourself, instead of letting your gun recoil up into the sky and missing everything. In my opinion, fanning is for when your primary is either too mismatched, i.e. Sparchy versus shotgun maybe, or whenever there's too many targets for your primary, such as Sparks versus two guys. And for the most success, I think you should use it in controlled bursts. Don't just hammer the trigger. And avoid the temptation of trying to lean on it as a crutch instead of using your aim. And your best results are going to come when you can find a corner or a mound or something, somewhere where you can wait and let somebody walk into you, which is kind of a true principle for all aiming. But set up the ambush, let them walk into your fan, maintain your composure, and then you can just let them have it and avoid losing control of your gun, really. Dead. Okay, the last little thing I want to leave you with. When it comes to the different pistols and what makes them good or bad versus each other, the different guns are not more or less accurate than each other. They have either a higher or lower rate of fire, and they recoil more or less. The different pistols all have their different strengths and weaknesses when it comes to fanning. The Nagant and the Caldwell conversion both have their very high handling, their very accurate, high rate of fire, low recoil, easy to reset the shotguns. The Lamat was brought in line with those with a recent buff, and it's got the higher ammo capacity. The PAX has a decent recoil and higher damage. The uppercut obviously is the most powerful of the pistols, but it recoils quite a bit. So it only takes 1 or 2 shots to end up over your target, which doesn't make the uppercut bad at fanning per se by any means. It's just that it requires the most control and restraint and the controlled rate of fire to really be effective. Versus, say, the Nagant, which will get back on target much more quickly, so you can ultimately fire it much faster. In here, just to show you a comparison between the extremes, I've got both of them side by side so you can see the exact difference. Alright, that's really all I got for you right now. Try to keep it as brief as possible before I get carried away. Once again, thanks for hanging out with me. Maybe check me out here and here if you feel like it. If there's something else you have trouble with or you want to know about, let me know. And otherwise, we'll see you next time.